Monday, May 16.
Shots fired outside the sheriff's office. Any man's dead. Suspect down. We need help.
Body cam video captures the chaos outside a local sheriff's office, where a deputy was just shot by a man in custody.
Nick, someone didn't search him. It was in his waistband. I hope it fucking hurts. Hell yeah.
That's just a glimpse at some of the video you'll see over the next 2 days as Brianna Clark reveals details from her months-long investigation.
We begin the two-part series tonight with new video. It is our first look at the events leading up to the shooting death of Calloway County Chief Deputy Jody Cash. Investigators say this is the man who pulled the trigger.
Gary Rowland was in custody at the time, yet he still managed to conceal 2 weapons, a gun and a knife. After Rowland shot Cash, deputies returned fire, killing Rowland. The shootout happened in front of the Marshall County Sheriff's Office. This is KSP video of the aftermath. You can see bullet casings scattered throughout the parking lot. A grand jury heard the evidence and no criminal charges were filed against any law enforcement involved.
But the case did go to civil court, and now there's a potential settlement agreement in the works. Marshall County Deputy Donald Bowman, his wife, and Cash's widow are accusing law enforcement of not doing an adequate search when they took Rowland into custody. Brianna Clark joins us now.
Yeah, and Brianna, it's been more than a year since the shooting. Still many unanswered questions about what exactly happened that day.
Yeah, you're right, but all of this is helping paint a clearer picture. Kentucky State Police turned over all of these documents after we filed an open records request. And on this flash drive, even more documents, along with hours of recorded interviews, hundreds of photos, and even video of the aftermath. I've spent the last several months sifting through all of this, learning new details about the arrest of Gary Rowland and how a special response team managed to take him into custody with no issue, despite Rowland's claim that he would not go down without a fight. As you'll see, what started as a call about a suspicious vehicle eventually turned into a deadly shootout between deputies and a man in handcuffs.
Well, first of all, we got a plate that doesn't belong on this vehicle.
A black Chrysler with fake plates. Marshall County Deputy Nathan Maxlow leans in for a closer look.
Lives here.
This is his body cam video.
She came over and said something to them.
The Chrysler is unlocked.
It's got this rifle in the back.
And there's a stolen rifle in the back seat.
57.
A little later, Benton Police Sergeant Logan Hampton's dash cam video shows a crew towing the car to an impound lot. Law enforcement believe the man who may have the key to this Chrysler is inside this apartment. Convicted felon Gary Rowland, 30 years old, multiple active arrest warrants. Calloway County Chief Deputy Jody Cash is well versed in Rowland's criminal history. That's Cash in the unmarked vehicle backing in next to Hampton. You can hear their conversation on Hampton's body cam.
Can you see the little baby sitting right there? In my car.
Oh.
That's the stolen one.
Cash peers into Hampton's cruiser.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I took my gloves off.
Sees the gun they found in the Chrysler.
It's got burst on it.
Huh?
It's got burst on it.
Oh, yeah.
It was stolen from Paris, Tennessee.
Cash has been tracking Rowland's phone as part of a federal narcotics investigation.
So if you ping his phone, where's it at right now?
It shows Rowland is in the area.
Yeah, he said, Jody just said make sure you got your vest on because he's supposed to be armed.
Cash warning others that Rowland told him he will not go back to prison and will have a shootout with police.
And that's another reason why we called out. Because if he wants to have one, it would be best with us.
That's what Hampton told state investigators a week later. The us he's referring to is the Special Response Team. They're the guys who handle high-risk situations. Team members are from multiple agencies: Benton Police, Calloway County Sheriff's Office, Marshall County Sheriff's, and Marshall EMS. The group trains every week, totaling 20 hours a month each, more than the required amount. On this day, May 16, 2022, Marshall County Sheriff activates the SRT. Their mission? Take Rowland into custody. This is a copy of the team's briefing. We got it through an open records request. Smack dab on the front page, this bright yellow post-it. Rowland's threat to go down in the streets. Hampton is still outside the apartment in Benton, keeping his distance. Probation and parole also here, along with other law enforcement. You can see Deputy Cash now in his bulletproof vest. Off in the distance is his partner, Marshall County Deputy Donald Bowman. Both are part of the federal DEA task force. Once it's confirmed Roland is in the apartment,
What's going on? Right.
they set up a perimeter and clear out the building. There's no video of this.
I'm trying to get out of Monte.
Hampton says his dash cam was on, but it didn't record. Other SRT members later told investigators they don't use cameras on missions. So here's what they say happens next.
We set up a stack order and then made our approach.
Marshall County Deputy Luke Rudd is team leader on this mission. They arrive at the scene in an armored vehicle. 1 stays in the Bearcat, 2 cover an exit, and 6 enter the apartment.
Troy knocked, announced sheriff's office. He dumped in, we all dumped in.
Roland is asleep in the living room, facing the wall.
Even after pushing him with my foot, no response, no movement.
Calloway County Deputy Troy Doss pulls Roland off the couch. Deputy Johnson helps. Once he's on the ground, face down, Marshall County Deputy Zach Johnson grabs one arm. Special Deputy Chris Beavers grabs the other. They sweep Roland's waistline, and Deputy Rudd cuffs him behind the back.
For the safety of us, we checked where his hands were going to be. There was no way that he could have moved his hands from the back cuffed position.
Okay. And that's to feel for?
Anything, mainly weapons.
They all stand up. Doss sweeps his hand across Roland's back and stomach.
Saw what looked like a bulge in his sweatpants pocket. Reached in his pocket. It was a pack of Marlboro Red cigarettes, I think. I threw them on the floor.
Gary Roland, the man who said he would not go back to prison without a fight, is now in custody.
I just thought it was weird how we thought that there was all these weapons and stuff, and then he just went out so easy.
While he was being escorted out to the patrol car, he made the comment. He said, "If I would have known y'all were coming, I would have shot you."
3 SRT members, Troy Doss, Luke Rudd, and Chris Beavers, escort Roland out of the apartment in socks, sweatpants, and a hoodie.
When y'all brought him to the car, did you see anybody search?
No, sir.
Okay.
Doss says he did remove a toolkit and rain jacket from this back seat after putting Roland here in Hampton's patrol car. Again, no video of that. Hampton says his cameras were on, but they stopped recording. This is a clip from earlier in the day when this seat was empty. Hampton eventually opens that door and switches out the handcuffs for his own.
He was handcuffed behind his back, so I just told him to spin around.
Roland is cooperating, even offers to give up his drug sources to deputies Bowman and Cash.
Jody asked to take him back to the sheriff's office, so at that point, I transported him to Marshall County. I get him out, just do one last pat down of his waistband. He had a lanyard right here.
Wearing it around his neck. Attached to the lanyard, a car key for a Chrysler.
Felt the keys, pulled the keys off of him, came down to the pockets. He had some lotto scratchers in his pocket that I pulled out for him to make sure there was nothing else in his pockets. I put his lotto scratchers right here and his kangaroo pouch in his hoodie, and then I felt his waistband.
Okay, did you ever go down his legs or anything like that?
I did not.
Okay.
1 SRT member, Logan Hampton, escorts Roland into the Marshall County Sheriff's Office.
Just shooting the shit with him as we walked straight into the interrogation room, put him in. He stayed handcuffed behind his back the entire time.
Talk to my girl for 1 second and I'll figure out whatever you want. I don't know about your girl, but I can definitely help you with the
This is the first time we're seeing Roland on camera. He's in the interrogation room, meeting with deputies Bowman and Cash. Safe inside the building, they move Roland's handcuffs from the back to the front.
We'll show you more from inside the interrogation room when our investigation continues tomorrow, including what Roland did when no one was watching and cameras were rolling. They weren't, though, when it mattered most. Why there's a lack of video evidence despite the shooting happening right in front of the Sheriff's Department. That's tomorrow on Local 6 at 10.
All right, great work, Brianna. Thank you. You can